Alright, welcome back everybody to Assassin's Creed Black Flag. We are going to locate Captain Kidd on the island of Talua. We have to get past these assassins undetected. And our optional objectives are to not kill anyone, but open loot treasure chests and knock out assassins. So we could sneak just right past them, but since the optional, well, we killed that one. I heard it. Apparently we knocked him out with our assassin blade. I heard it. But anyways, we're gonna make our way through the island until we can find where Captain Kidd is hiding. You were wrong for checking on your buddy. I think while we go through the island, we can probably collect all the stuff that's on it. They didn't notice the big ship. Nobody saw the guy jump off. These people are dumb. I think we're gonna end up speeding through lots of this. Not a whole lot going on. Just us running through the forest. Yeah, let's speed her up. Okay, so clearly these guys know we're supposed to be around. Did they see me? Is that what that was? They saw me and now they're conversating about it? Apparently my guy, Edward here, can't speak that language. But we can understand it, because the Animus is just fluent in whatever language this is. Alright, shortly after killing that monkey, we can find Kid up on these stairs here.
You led me into a mess. Is it these monks guarding the treasure you promised me?
I told you I had a secret to share, but I didn't say it'd be easy. Now let's get this door open and I'll show you what's inside.
We're on to something. I can feel it.
Captain Kenway? Where is the assassin, Duncan Walpole?
Dead and buried. After he tried to kill me.
We are not sorry to see him gone, but it was you who carried out his final betrayal. Why?
Money was my only aim.
Should I find comfort in that? You murdered our brothers and sisters in Havana.
He has the sense, Mentor.
James tells me you traded with the Templars there. Did you see the man they called the Sage?
Aye.
Would you recognize his face if you saw it again?
I reckon so.
I must be certain.
Not a word. Come on.
Interesting. Very interesting, Kid. What are you into?
You walked me blind and backwards into this mess, kid. Who the hell was that jester back there?
Atabai, an assassin. And my mentor.
So you're all part of some daffy religion?
We're assassins and we follow a creed, aye. But it does not command us to act or submit, only to be wise.
Oh, do tell. I'd love to hear it.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. This is the world's only certainty.
Everything is permitted. I like the sound of that. Thinking what I like and acting how I please.
Ah, Harry! The way forward's blocked.
That's a door, I reckon.
Aye. And there should be some way to open it. A mechanism somewhere.
Like a capstan.
Those blocks up there. Try moving them.
Maybe once I make my way over there, Kid.
Easy, Kenway. This ain't like climbing ratlins.
Telling me. What the hey?
Those blocks up there seem like they might move with a bit of weight.
So it's you lot them Templars have been chasing then?
Until you came along and mucked things up, it was us chasing them. We had them running scared. They have the upper hand now. The door's mechanism seems to be broke. Let's find another way around. Follow on, man. Jump!
I feel like he was supposed to say the door's mechanism is supposed whatever broken at the door, and then we would have followed him up and around. But instead, he just went up and around. I mean, why even say it?
You still drawing breath?
Sure am.
Enough to curse you with, kid.
No, come back here. I'm gonna beat the crap out of you. Or lead me into that ambush. Now you're making me swim, doing all this work. Treasure better be good. This place is pretty crazy.
Must be a great treasure beyond.
Treasure. Right.
Whatever's waiting at the end of this path had better be worth my time.
That'll depend on you.
How's that?
What I'm taking you to see may spin your head right round. I only hope you can take the shock of it.
I can handle myself.
Okay, apparently I'm leading the way now. Don't be greedy. You're the one that let me run ahead of you. Kid. Pretty sweet looking temple.
Is this it then? The grand prize your mentor asked me to see looks nothing like the man they called the Sage, I'm sorry to say.
Keep your trousers tied up. We've one more riddle to solve. These statues are like the ones we've seen before, but with pictures carved on.
There's pictures carved on the floor as well, but not of the same sort.
There's a correspondence then. But what?
I mean, they're color-coded. You didn't figure that one out? At least you're helping.
There's a difference between them animals on the statues and them on the floor. Do you see it?
Yes, I see it.
One group is predators, the other is prey.
Which predator goes with which prey? That's the question.
Right, there's your correspondence. Match a predator with its prey.
I'm just gonna match the colors.
Lend me a hand here, will you?
Oh, look at that. And with that, we open the first face. I thought it was just gonna open a door. Ooga chaka, ooga chaka. Alright, here we go again.
Hammer up those stones, can we? Have an idea.
Alright. What do we got here? A bald man. I mean, they're all kind of bald, I guess. Alright, here we go. And hopefully this is the final one. It is.
Jesus, that's him, the Sage. But this thing must be hundreds of years old.
Older still. You're certain it's him?
Aye. It's the eyes that mark him.
Did the Templars say why they wanted this sage?
They drew some of his blood into this small glass cube.
Like this one?
Aye. They meant to ask him about the observatory too, but he escaped.
Huh. We're finished here.
Interesting. And you'd think that the middle one would be the first one built, not the last.
What the hell did I just see back there? Jim!
Quiet.
The statue in the temple. Was that the man you saw in Havana?
Spitting likeness, aye.
It seems another sage has been found. The race for the observatory begins anew.
Is that why we're whispering?
This is your doing, Captain Kenway. The maps you sold to the Templars have led them straight to us. And now the agents of two empires know exactly where we operate.
Leave this to me, Mentor.
They have taken Edward's crew as well. I wonder what their lives are worth to him.
Take this. You'll attract no attention, and take fewer lives.
Well, I don't care about that second part.
Use them darts on this one coming now. Quick.
I'm sure our crew's not happy about this.
Quiet and effective, see?
You've seen this temple here? It's massive.
Aye. I'm wondering if it's full of gold and jade and the like.
Oh, silêncio. Touch barreiras e del unico aber Catchin.
They're pulling it out to the ground, aren't they?
Got a clear shot, mate.
Once we're done practicing our curb stomp on guys we've put to sleep, we can go up this tower and do a little viewpoint. But while we go up, we notice something. The assassin symbol, and within it, dead bodies piled up. Turns out this little genocide has been going on for a while we've been searching the cave, or the temple rather. We messed up, I guess, letting those guys here. But we can only learn from our past mistakes. Move on. Can't rewrite it. Well, I guess technically we can, because if I loaded the game, we could just avoid doing this quest entirely. Oh, wait, it would have to be the first quest. Yep, yeah, can't redo it.
Looks to me like a crew of pirates here.
Mixing with these evils makes me bloody sick. Le Akson, Jetele Akinsa.
God's truth. I can't fathom.
Can't handle living among men, can they? Can't handle the Christian life, so they come here.
Clear shot on it.
I suppose we should stop them from shooting people. Oh, it's that guy. Poisoned him.
I think
Oh, alright. Oh, and there he goes. These darts are pretty nice, getting rid of guards and whatnot. Almost feel like it's cheating. It's borderline cheating.
I may thank you later, if you manage to live through this.
plague and perish if this ever happens again.
Who's out there?
See that mangy old codger? He's a Dutch slaver called Lawrence Prince, living now like a king in Jamaica. Bastard's been a target for years. Bloody hell, we nearly had him.
By God, you bravos are a cheery bunch, eh? All frowns and furrowed brows.
Captain Kenway, you have remarkable skills.
Thanks, mate. It comes natural.
But you're churlish and arrogant, prancing around in a uniform that you have not earned.
Everything is permitted. Isn't that your motto?
I absolve you of your errors in Havana and elsewhere, but you are not welcome here.
Sorry, mate. Wish it were otherwise.
Cheery bunch of mates you've got.
You deserve scorn, Edward. Prancing about like one of us, bringing shame to our cause.
And what is that? Your cause?
To be blunt, we kill people. Templars and their associates. Folks who'd like to control all the empires on Earth. Claiming it's in the name of peace and order.
Sounds like to Cass's dying words.
You see? It's about power, really. About lording over people. Robbing us of liberty.
That another message from one of your friends?
Aye. I'll show you.
Alright, so now we can get to assassin contracts. And we complete this mission 100%.
I know you ain't exactly impressed by our creed. So would the sight of money make you more friendly to our ways?
As ever.
Then work these contracts around the West Indies for us, and we'll pay you. As simple as that.
Looks like we have one more animus fragment to find on the island here.
Now follow on. I have one last secret to share.
How long have you been one of these assassins, eh?
Couple years now. I met Atabay in Spanish Town. And there was something about him I trusted. A sort of wisdom.
Is all this his idea? His clan?
No, sir. Assassins and Templars have been at war for thousands of years. All over the world. The natives of this new world had a philosophy like our creed, for as long as they've been here. And when Europeans arrived, our group sort of matched up. Cultures and religions and languages keep folks divided. But there's something in the Assassin's Creed that crosses all boundaries. A fondness for life and liberty.
Sounds a bit like Nassau, no?
Close, but not quite. Here we are. Take that stone you discovered from the Mayan Stela and put it there. That's one. Couple dozen more and you're in.
What will this effort gain me?
Respect for a start. From the men and women you put in danger here. And if that ain't enough, there's a treasure behind that door. Something many centuries old. I reckon if you made the effort to find every last one of those, it'd be worth your while.
So you sailing back to Nassau?
When I have another contract there, right? This is my home for now.
Well, I know we have more than just that one, but he doesn't seem to want to put that in. So I suppose we have to get all of them before coming back. We'll be back. We'll see what's behind that door. But I suppose next we can go and retrieve that last animus fragment before doing anything else. We see the unfortunate aftermath of our actions back in Havana. And, of course, more recently. Seems the assassins are back to training and doing what they need to do to get reset up here on the island. While headed over to our fragment, we meet a lovely little kitty cat who tries to murder us, but I saw him on the map. Oh, maybe he didn't try to murder us. I thought he was gonna. But skinning him gives us the feline pelt outfit. Crafting... Well, we got the parts for it. So... Oh, looks like we have Atabai to talk about. Born 1660s in the Yucatan Peninsula, died unknown, named for the Mayan god of hunting. Atabai's given name remains a mystery, and very little is known about his earliest decades. We are still searching for a direct descendant, but fear that will be impossible. The only child is known to have died before the age of 10. Note, ready-made tragedy. If we can find the right footage, keep looking. ML. What little else is we know about him comes from his own mouth, from the stories he told those who knew him. When speaking about his own past, he often avoids personal details in favor of abstractions and hints. He frequently speaks of his love and admiration for the tragic history of his people, and often used these stories to illustrate the complex intersections of cultures and religions, frequently pointing out the fact that from within and without come enemies and allies alike. Nothing in life is guarded and guaranteed except surprise. Note, aloof mentor figures can work, but only if they have a soft side. A redemptive moment, DM. It is not known how early Atabai acquired the title of mentor, nor how large his impact was on the assassins of the West Indies. We do know, however, that he maintained semi-regular contact with the assassins in the British colonies to the north, in various parts of Europe and Africa. And in China, we also know that he was instrumental in opening his branch to men and women of all walks of life, mostly Europeans, Africans, and those native to the area. As a native Mayan himself, rumors and stories of the ancient observatory were not foreign to Atabai. So in 1713, rumors of a new sage began to surface. Atabai took it upon himself to locate this man for himself, believing the assassins should be the protectors of this ancient and mysterious place. Atabai sent word far and wide to as many assassin outposts as possible, hoping their network of spies and informants would lead them to their prize. But after 2 years, there was no word. Then at some point in early 1715, an experienced British assassin named Duncan Walpole arrived at Atabai's encampment, initially expressing a desire to train under the mentor directly. Atabai found the request odd but flattering, for Walpole had already achieved a level of mastery few assassins ever reached, but after many months of intensive training, Atabai came to consider Duncan Wolpole as one of his most trusted colleagues. Training montage would love this footage. Then, in June of 1715, word arrived that the Templars had located and imprisoned the sage on Spanish lands in the far south. Seeing an opportunity to cripple his arch-enemies, Atabai entrusted Duncan Wolpole with the task of rallying various assassins around the West Indies and leading an assault on the Templar prison ship en route to Havana. Duncan Wolpole agreed to this task and was never heard from again. It was only after Edward Kenway disastrous meddling in Havana that Atabai was made aware of the full extent of Wolpole's betrayal. Oh, who do we got next? A Lorenz Prins, born 1630s in Amsterdam and died 1717. Lorenz Prins, often angelicized as Lawrence Prince, was a Dutchman from Amsterdam who spent the majority of his life in and around the West Indies, operating out of Port Royal. Prins saw an incredible amount of action and adventure in his long life. Sailing as a privateer in the early days of the golden age of piracy, that would be 1650s, he developed a reputation for courage, fighting the Spanish on behalf of the British Crown, sometimes bearing a letter of marque, often without. He even played a pivotal role in Sir Henry Morgan's infamous raid on Panama in 1671, for which he was roundly celebrated. Prins eventually retired from privateering and settled in a large acreage of land in Jamaica. It must have been around this time that he entered into the slave trade as a means to bolster his wealth, an occupation he pursued well into his 70s. In 1717, his flagship slave galley, the Winda, was attacked and captured by the pirate Black Sam Bellamy. Prins managed to survive the encounter and fell back into his old occupation until his death some months later. Next, we have Mayan temples, dating generally from the Mayan Classic period, that's AD 250 to 900. Most Mayan ruins can be found throughout the Yucatan Peninsula and Central America. Mayan temples have steep stone steps and a platform at the top for wooden crowning structures. Mayan architecture is composed with a sophisticated eye to decoration, often using wall paintings and elaborate bas-relief stone carvings. Mayan arches forego the use of a keystone, instead creating a triangle-like arch known as a corbel vault. Note, isn't this the civilization that disappeared for no reason? Or is that the Incas RL? And another note goes on to say, there are plenty of Mayans still living in that part of the world with their own rich culture, and modern form of Mayan is still spoken there today. But yeah, this is This once thriving civilization reached its height around 900 AD before collapsing suddenly and declining slowly over the next few hundred years. People say it had to do with the drought or short-sighted agriculture practices, but I don't think there's a standard agreement about what exactly happened. In any case, the last Mayan settlement was wiped out at some point in the late 16th century, about 40 years before the period we're studying. Signed, DM. Next, we can learn about the capuchin monkey. Found throughout Central and South America, capuchins are small and highly intelligent. They eat almost anything: nuts, fruits, small birds, frogs, clams, etc. Many pirates favored capuchins as pets, as do people today. They also serve as helpers for human quadriplegics. I did always think it'd be cool to have one hanging around. The largest feline in the Western Hemisphere, the jaguar, is distinguishable by its compact and powerful build, its agility, and its unique killing method of biting directly into the skull to pierce the brain. The Mayans believed that the jaguars could carry messages to and from the afterworld. Modern-day jaguar populations are in decline, and the jaguar's conservation status stands at near threatened. Note, we must have this in one of our virtual experiences. Such a beautiful and lethal animal, ML. Note, yep, that sells, RL. Anyways, yeah, monkeys as pets carry diseases, so that's not something that we need around if they're gonna bite and try to eat your brain. They are cute, nonetheless. Yeah. Anyways, we can finally craft what we came in here to do. That's the feline pelt outfit. And when we get done crafting it, it appears on our person. And there you have it. So with that, we're going to go and get our fragment and then move on. Alright, we finally reached where we are supposed to be. We get our fragment and get everything possible that we could have on this island of Tulum. And with that, we can head back to the Jackdaw. But we are going to go ahead and end this episode right here. Please do join us for the next episode. And I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, do all the YouTube things that YouTube wants you to do. All I really care about is the comments, because I would like to respond to them. We could have a little conversation, whether I respond to them on the episode itself, or just in the comments, or just give that comment a like. Either way, I do enjoy responding to them, like talking to anybody who wants to talk. So, again, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.
Captain has the helm.